What did the Fed Reserve really say during their last meeting a couple hours ago? I'm going to get into that and why I think it's all BS. But first, please like, subscribe, check us down below at our CT Club where you get our trade alerts, portfolio, you get to see how we are dealing with this bear market. We just had an order hit a couple hours ago, which is great. All right, so Fed Reserve Powell warns of some pain. That's pretty much all he said, pretty much. He said, you know, the inflation is at the highest level it's been in 40 years. Agreed, it's probably even higher than that. But with that said, the market took a 1,000-point drop. Okay, so that took down crypto, that took down the alts, it took down a lot of things, all right? People freaked out. But he didn't say anything, and I'm going to get into this. Even with a series of 4 consecutive interest rates increases totaling 2.25 percentage points, which is nothing right now. I mean, keep in mind, we are at almost 9% inflation CPI-wise. Okay, Powell said this is no place to stop or pause. So he's still not saying anything, all right? However, Powell continued that the Fed's focus is broader than a month or two of data, and that it will continue pushing ahead until inflation moves down closer to 2% long-range goal. That's never going to happen. Again, for the rest of everyone that's listening's life, it's not going to happen. Okay, it'll never reach 2%. Real actual inflation. If they lie about the CPI and take out even more things, which they've done in the past, then yeah, maybe it'll get to 2%, but it's not real inflation. That doesn't even include food or fuel. So the market has already been pricing in a 50 basis point rise, okay? And so can you imagine, Fed Reserve Powell says this, people think, oh my gosh, he's going to raise rates like Volcker style, which is like 16, 18%. Ain't going to happen. They will not be able to service the debt, first of all, in that case. Okay, but that is why you have all of these small increases of rate hikes. And they make a big deal about it, even though it's not a big deal, even though Inflation Reduction Act, they just passed. The Inflation Reduction Act is going to cost them $740 billion to stop inflation, doubling the IRS with $80 billion of that. I think what's going to happen is inflation is going to get so bad, they're going to need those IRS agents to go ahead and find people that aren't paying their taxes because people won't be able to afford their taxes because inflation is going to be so high. And we've already seen what's happening in Europe. Is that energy prices are up hundreds of percent in this year alone. So it's getting out of control, and it will continue to get out of control. Why will the Fed Reserve not raise interest rates in any meaningful way? Again, ever. Under Volcker, this was back in the 80s, the U.S. debt to GDP was at 30%. Now we have a U.S. debt to GDP at 125%. So completely different era, completely different economic condition. It's not even comparable. Back then, that was kind of a healthy economy. Now we have a dead debt-based economy. There's nothing real about the economy whatsoever. They're not going to be able to raise interest rates like people say they might raise them like Volcker did. So that is why I think Bitcoin and alts are going to possibly take a little bit of a hit right now so people can digest things. And then I think people are going to realize, wait a second, the Federal Reserve really didn't say anything different. And the market took a big hit. So what's going to happen? In my opinion, I think the market is going to bounce incredibly hard, maybe later on next week or something like that. Just a guess. And if it doesn't bounce back right away, I know that there's going to be great buying opportunities that are going to thrive during the next bull run. And the next bull run is going to be bigger than anything I think most people could imagine because of how much inflation there's actually going to be. That's all I have. Please like, subscribe. Talk to you soon.